Hello all. We are here now to discuss the outcomes of paper plane activity. The very first question must have come to your mind. What and why is this paper plane activity? Now let me tell you that paper plane activity is an activity which will actually bloom into a RBPT activity which you're going to plan for your students in the classroom. Now the question comes how? The first thing that this activity is designed in such a way that there are no much resources needed. The only resource needed is paper. Second, this activity doesn't have a subject boundary or a subject barrier. It doesn't require any prerequisite knowledge. So it crosses all the boundary and can be taken by anybody. So it is very simple and it's going to mimic a RBPT activity. Now how does this happen? Now in this activity, the questions posed were, did you make the best paper plane? Now this question, immediately everybody feels, or every participant will feel, yes, I have made the best paper plane. Then the next question which will come is, which variables did you decide? That when you say that I have done a best paper plane or I have made a best paper plane, how can you say that? That is, what variables did you plan so that your plane was in air for a longer time or had a better flight? Say for example, the length of the shaft or maybe the length of the wings. What variables? Third thing, did we change the variables or did you change the variables? How did you change it? That suppose if you change the say length of your shaft or maybe the length of the wings, then after changing, how did you measure them? Did you keep the record of the different models, that what time they were in air or how much height they could reach? So how did we measure them? Then the very next question is there any statistical data that you have applied to say that yes, this is the way you measure, or this is the variables you had decided, this is the variables you change, and this is how you say that your plane is the best paper plane? So then what is your conclusion? Now in this entire scenario, what we are trying to do is, I will take back you to the Research Teaching Nexus screencast which we did in the introductory week, and there you have seen that out of the 4 axes, the main scenario where research-based pedagogy works or research-based pedagogy is going to be focused upon is that there has to be student participation. Now when you had done this activity, there was no instructions that how did you go about the activity. The entire plane was made up by you. The variables were changed by you. Only me as a facilitator or any instructor as a facilitator, or you may be as a facilitator when you're going to give this activity in your class, is you just presented with a context and few questions which was being posed, so that you came out with your own problem, that how are you going to make this paper plane the best paper plane. So that's student participation was very much involved. So it is a student was here as in a participatory role. And second thing, the entire process develops certain skills. You must have changed certain the parameters or maybe the variables of the model. So naturally developing research skills was in a process. So there was emphasis on the process also. So this was into the quadrant where student does inquiry based learning. Second thing, like we talk about student autonomy. Now, when you were carrying out with this paper plane activity in an offline mode, or maybe in when you are under a online course, there was no intervention by the instructor. The entire process or the entire steps were built up by you, and then you were asked to submit an assignment. So you take authority of that assignment. So when student authorizes that yes, this is my activity and this is the way I am going to answer my questions, so this promotes student autonomy. Now this is one classical example in a very simple way explained how RBPT should work. You know, the entire activity was carried out in 15 minutes. Say you can carry out your RBPTs, if well planned, in the period of, say, one period in your class of 48 minutes, and you can discuss the outcome in the next class. The major thing what was the main focus of this activity was you have to promote the student participation, and let the emphasis be on the process of developing the research skills. So this way we can implement the strategy of research teaching nexus, thus thereby infusing research in our teaching learning process. We will also have a forum discussion about the outcomes, so that your peers also have their own inputs and how this activity helped them, rather than just looking at a mere, oh, what's this paper plane activity all about. So thank you very much. We will have a very healthy, resourceful discussion on to the forum. Kindly contribute your thoughts and views about the same. Thank you.